You know, there's a massive financial revolution happening right now, pretty much under our noses. It's a fundamental shift, and it's going to change how we own, well, everything, from our homes to our investments. And honestly, getting a handle on it now is going to be key.
All right, so here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll look at the problems with the system we have now. Then, we'll dive into the technology that's offering a real solution. And finally, we'll see how this isn't just theory, it's actually being put into practice by the biggest names in finance.
So let's start with something we all kind of get, right? Like buying a house or selling a stock. On the surface, it seems pretty straightforward, but underneath, the whole system is clogged with hidden costs, delays, and risks that we've just accepted as normal. Okay, this slide right here, it just lays it all out. The old way versus the new way. I mean, think about it. When you buy a house, you're not moving the building. You're just transferring a piece of paper, the deed. The whole process depends on layers of people in the middle. Banks, lawyers, brokers, all just to say, yep, this transfer is legit. And that's exactly what creates all the problems you see on the left. The delays, the high costs, and, yeah, the potential for big mistakes.
And this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? I mean, why on earth do we have to wait 2 days to get our own money after we sell a stock? Why can't we trade on a Saturday if some huge news breaks? It's because our control over our own stuff is stuck in this old, clunky structure. But what if you could do all this with mathematical certainty, without having to trust a single person or institution?
So, where's the solution? Well, it's built on a technology that, let's be honest, most people get wrong. Because they only think of one thing, cryptocurrency. But crypto is just one application. The real engine of change is the technology underneath it all, blockchain.
So, at its core, blockchain is just a new way of keeping records. That's it. It's a system of trust built on math instead of middlemen. Imagine a shared notebook that everyone in the network can see and verify, but no single person can ever go back and change. It's totally tamper-proof.
This 100 ledgers idea is a great way to picture it. Instead of one bank holding the master record book, imagine 100 people, and they all have an identical copy. When a transaction happens, they all look at their books, give it the thumbs up, and write it down at the exact same time. Now, if you wanted to cheat this system, you'd have to sneak in and change more than half of those books, all at once without anyone noticing. It's practically impossible. And that's how you get trust, through pure transparency and agreement.
Okay, so we've got this super secure digital ledger. Great. But how does that actually fix the real-world headaches of slow transfers and crazy high fees? Well, that brings us to the concept that ties it all together, tokenization. And this is the absolute key. We're not making up new assets here. We're creating a secure, digital representation of something that already exists. Think of it like a digital deed for anything: a house, a bar of gold, a share in a company. The real thing stays put. It's the ownership that becomes digital, lightning fast, and incredibly secure. And boom, this is where the magic happens. This is the game changer. All of a sudden, something totally illiquid, like a skyscraper, can be split into 1 million digital pieces and traded like a stock. This opens the doors for anyone, anywhere, to invest in things that used to be just for the super rich. Markets can run 24/7, and deals get done in seconds, not days. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds a little like science fiction, right? A concept for the future. But it's not. It is happening right now with thousands of examples proving that this model doesn't just work. It works incredibly well. Let's look at a real-world example right now. So a property deed for an apartment in Dubai was turned into thousands of digital tokens. These tokens were then sold to investors all over the world in minutes. The buyers didn't need international lawyers or agents. They just bought the tokens. And get this, the rental income from that apartment, it gets paid out automatically every single month straight to the token holders' digital wallets. And listen, this wasn't just some one-off lucky experiment. It's a full-blown business model that's growing like crazy. Platforms in the US, like Realty, have already tokenized hundreds of properties, offering them up to a global audience and delivering really solid returns. And here's the kicker. You might already be using this technology and not even know it. A stablecoin like USDC, it's just a token that represents a real US dollar sitting in an audited bank account. So when you send one USDC to someone, the actual dollar bill doesn't move. What moves is the ownership of that dollar, instantly, anywhere in the world, for basically nothing. All right, so if you're still on the fence, if you're still a little skeptical about all this, let's just look at what the titans of traditional finance are doing. Because they're not fighting this, they are jumping in head first.
That's not some tech blogger. That's Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, the biggest asset manager on the planet. When he says this is the future, it isn't just a prediction, it's a declaration of where they're heading. And when he talks, it's not just talk. It's backed by, well, just look at that number. That's more than the entire economy of most countries. When a firm with that much influence makes a move, the entire financial world pays attention. And right now, their actions are building the plumbing for this new financial system. And this isn't just talk, it's action. Look at this timeline. It's basically a race. In 2024, BlackRock actually launched its first tokenized fund. JP Morgan is already using its own platform to turn client assets into tokens. And even NASDAQ is getting in the game, aiming to start trading tokenized stocks by 2026. This is happening, and it's happening fast.
So, what's the big takeaway here? What does this all mean? We're not just looking at a small upgrade to the financial system. We are watching a total paradigm shift. We are moving from a world that runs on trusting other people to one that runs on mathematical proof.
I mean, the sheer scale of this opportunity is just mind-boggling. The initial prize, just for tokenizing existing financial assets, is estimated at around $400 trillion. And that could grow to $900 trillion as more and more real-world stuff gets brought on-chain. And if you look at the chart, it's pretty clear. We are at the very, very beginning. So I'll leave you with this one question to really think about. What happens to the world when we tear down all these old barriers? Barriers of location, of wealth, of business hours? What changes when every single person has frictionless global access to every financial asset? It creates a world of liquidity and opportunity on a scale we've literally never seen before. It changes everything about what it means to own something.